Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this is Fajar Laksono. What is a programming language? Programming language is a bunch of standard instructions for commanding computers and workers who work in this job field known as programmer. The programming language starts peaked to exist when the first computer was born. Computer and programs can't be separated because the computer won't be able to run without programs. Either the programs can be run without the computer. Programming languages are a set of syntaxes and semantic rules to define computer programs. The function of a programming language is to allow humans to command the computer and determine the behavior of the computer through the program inside the computer. Computer always contain and operates a bunch of data, and the programmer's task is about to make behavior of the computer over the data. It isn't only about the programmer gives a command to computers using comprehensible programming languages to the computer, but tends to make an interactable and a convenience program with the purpose to process data according to the demand of the users. In the other words, programmers make a bridge between the user and computer. The bridge known as a program of the computer, and the programming language is the material that we can use to construct a bridge. Now you know what programming language was, but in this video we are going to dive deeper into the history of programming language. But before the video begins, please subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell, otherwise you won't be able to get updates from this channel. Also, hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment if you've liked this video. Without any further ado, let's get started. History of programming languages. The origins of programming languages came from the Antikythera mechanism from ancient Greek civilization. Antikythera is a calculator that uses many variations of gear, lever, and configuration to undertake the operation. Then, in 1206, the automaton machine was built in jazari, and tax-card loom developed by Joseph Mary in 1801. Anciently, people do some programming manually using the physical methods such as lever, gears, wiring, and other tools. Then it develops into a simple programming material. The quality and the feature are rapidly growing and increasing after Charles Babbage exists. Charles Babbage was an English polymath, a mathematician, philosopher, inventor, and mechanical engineer. He originated the concept of a digital programmable computer. In 1822, a machine called difference engine was invented by Charles Babbage. But the machine's ability is very limited. However, Babbage engine could only produce one type of output. In 1849, Babbage engine reached into the second version, added a new feature called the data processing machine. And Babbage's project was continued by his son with name Henry Prevost. He makes copy of each machine's algorithm calculation and sends them to various institutions around the world. Because of the Prevost action, the Groth machine algorithm peaked. In 1854, George Boole invented a logic system that's called as Boole logic. These logics, as we know as Boolean operators, namely greater than, less than, equal to, and not equal to. On the other side, there was Hermann Hollerith in 1880 invented data records. that readable to the machine. He introduced Hollerith cards, created the tabulator machine and key punch machine, and built the tabulating machines company in the year of 1896, which later came to be known as the core of IBM, International Business Machine Corporation. In 1935, a German scientist with name Konrad Zuse created binary calculator machines called C1. Zuse was invited to serve in the military to make C2 and continued with C3 and C4. Since C4, Konrad Zuse struggled with machine language, and at that time he was one of the figures who raised the issue of the need to build software on computers to make work easier. After did research for a year, in 1945 the world's first high-level programming language was invented, called Plan-Calcul. It's abbreviations of Pan-Calculus, and it proved able to make the first computer test engine. In 1949, John Maudsley coined shortcuts as the first high-level programming language for developing electronic computers. However, at that time, the program must be translated into the machine's language every time it is run. This makes the performance of the program in processing code takes a long time. In 1950s, Alec Grenier from Manchester University developed a programming language called AutoCAD. In the early year of 1950s, the first programming language that uses a compiler to automatically translate to the machine's language. In the year of 1950s, a modern computer that uses electricity was created. At that time, the computer is very luxurious and very big item that took a huge amount of room space, and only certain people had it, such as military, government, scientists, and other important people. And in 1952, AutoCAD was used and implemented in the Mark I computer at Manchester University. In 1954, John W. Backus issued a proposal to make practical programming language, and in 1956, Fortran, Formula Translation, was created by IBM, and John W. Backus used in science for the next 50 years, intended to facilitate the making of mathematics, science, and engineering application. In 1959, COBOL, Common Business-Oriented Language, appeared and was mostly used in mini-computer and mainframe. In 1972, Dennis Ritchie and Brian Cunningham developed C programming language. In the early, C was intended for that PDP-11 machine. In 1985, Bjarne Stroustrup programming language was adapted by C that was supported object-oriented programming, which is called as C++. Since then, those programming languages, especially C and C++, influenced this world to open a new era to develop a new programming languages with their unique and founded features, such as Sun Microsystem created Java in 1995, Microsoft created C# in 2000, and history and evolution is continuing until this present.